Hey Mara, over here! Mara, it's me, Pirate!
Did you just hear that too?
Oh, don't be silly. Of course you heard that. Pirate and I can talk.
I'm so glad you're here because no one would believe me if I told them that this was happening.
Now stop your talking and listen to what we have to say.
Oh, hey. I don't think I ever got the chance to properly introduce myself before we witnessed what happened. My name's Mara Sulphur, and I've been working here at Schmeeckle Reserve for the past 3.5 years. Even though I've been taking care of Peach and Pirate all of those years, I never knew that they could talk. While you were gone telling the others what happened, they told me all about their lives before they moved here to the reserve. Peach was born near Whiting and moved here in 2005, while Pirate was born in Lake Jonas and moved here in 2007. You may think that painted turtles are lazy by basking on logs all day, but in reality they're busy all year long by mating in the spring, hatching from eggs in the fall, and hibernating throughout the winter. Why don't you take a seat and make yourself comfortable, and I'll tell you all that they told me. Just like us, painted turtles love to relax in the warm weather that spring and summer bring, but it's also their time to find love and to start a family. Have you ever seen painted turtles sitting on logs while walking around Lake Jonas? This behavior is called basking, and it's vital to their survival. Painted turtles, like other reptiles, are ectotherms, which means that they don't internally regulate their body temperatures like we humans do. Instead, painted turtles sit in the sun to keep themselves warm. When they're not busy basking on logs in the spring and summer, painted turtles will spend their free time looking for a mate to start a family with. From March to mid-June, male painted turtles try their hardest to impress the females. When we try to impress our crush, we normally dress pretty nicely and tell what we think are funny jokes. Male painted turtles, on the other hand, will position themselves directly in front of a female and wave their really long front claws in front of her face. If she's impressed, they'll mate, and then she'll lay eggs later on in the spring. A female painted turtle can lay anywhere between 2 to 11 eggs per clutch or nest, and each egg is about the size of a quarter. To lay her eggs, a female painted turtle will climb onto the shore to find a perfect nesting spot. Once she's found the right spot, she will dig a hole with her back feet, lay the eggs in the hole, and cover them with dirt. After she's finished laying her eggs, she'll make her way back to the lake and hope that they'll hatch in the fall. Unfortunately, summer doesn't last forever, and the drop in temperatures as we transition into fall signal changes for the painted turtles. The colder temperatures of fall signal to the painted turtles that it's time to start preparing for winter and for their young to hatch. About 72 days after the eggs were laid, so late August to early September, the eggs will hatch and the baby turtles will instinctively make their way back into the lake where they feel the safest. If it gets too cold earlier in the season, or if it's towards the end of September, the clutch will actually hibernate over the winter in their nest and then hatch the following spring. As we know, fall flies by in the blink of an eye, and pretty soon winter's here telling us it's time to prepare. Wisconsin winters may leave us in our homes bundled under blankets, but for painted turtles, they spend their winters hibernating underwater at the bottom of Lake Jonas. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hibernating? Underwater? In the winter? Mara, that sounds absolutely crazy. Don't worry, I thought the exact same thing until Peach and Pirate told me why and how. As I mentioned earlier, painted turtles are ectotherms, which means that whatever temperature it is outside is what temperature they are on the inside. This is why they spend so much time basking on logs in the sun. When their body temperature reaches about 40 to 50 degrees, they start slowing down and they know it's time to start hibernating. To start their hibernation, turtles will make their way into a lake and swim to the bottom. Once they're at the bottom, they'll stop breathing and eating and instead get their oxygen from the water through their skin and rely on the energy that they stored in their bodies. Once spring comes around again, they'll slowly wake up and head back to their basking logs. I don't know about you, but after hearing about how painted turtles hibernate, it makes our winters seem a lot easier. Well, it sounds like Peach and Pirate live a pretty relaxing life now here at the reserve. They taught us that they used to bask all summer long and start families in the spring, hatch from eggs in the fall, and even hibernate underwater at the bottom of Lake Jonas for the whole winter. I invite you next time you're taking a walk around Lake Jonas, if you spot a painted turtle, observe them from a distance and see what they're up to.